And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. Oh, didn't see you there. Happy holidays, folks, and welcome to the holiday edition of Cooking Corner with Giuseppe CrimiVaroli. Hello everyone and welcome to the Christmas Cooking Corner. This week for you, we're going to be making Italian lemon Christmas cookies. They are delicious. But first, let's tell you what ingredients you're going to need. So in terms of ingredients, you're going to need the following. You're going to need sugar, some butter, softened, not melted. Look at me. Not melted. Softened. Some eggs, some flour, some vanilla, and some baking powder. Alright folks, so in terms of equipment, you're going to need the following. You're going to need a large mixing bowl. Mine's got rubber on the bottom to help it stick to the counter while I'm mixing this up. You're going to need some measuring spoons of varying sizes. You're going to need some measuring cups of varying sizes. You're going to need a fork and a knife. You're going to need a big old mixing spoon. You're going to need tin foil and oven-safe baking sheets. Alright folks, as always, step numero uno is going to be wash your hands. So go ahead, turn your sink on, stick your mitts underneath, get them nice and moist. Once your hands are sufficiently lubricated, put the water off, grab some soap your hands up. Now that your hands are nice and soapy, rub them together. Get on the back, get in between the fingers, get on the knuckles, under the fingernails, get everywhere. You want to be clean when you cook it in the kitchen. Once your hands are nice and scrubbed, stick them back under and wash all that soap off. Once you convince your hands are clean to the maximum, you're going to flick your fingers off, turn the water off, grab a towel, and dry your hands. It's that simple. Alright folks, step number 2 is going to be preheat your oven. So go ahead and hit bake and set your oven at 350 degrees. Then, wait for it to heat up. Alright folks, step number 3 is going to be cream your butter and add your sugar. So, ideally, you've got your butter softened. You took it out ahead of time, it's nice and soft. So, what you're going to do is you're going to add that to the bowl. Take your mixing spoon and mix it till it's nice and creamy. Once your butter is nice and creamy, you can go ahead and add your 1 cup of sugar. Alright folks, now that you've added your creamy butter and sugar, it should look a little something like this. Now you're ready to move on. Alright folks, step number 4 is going to be add your remaining wet ingredients. That's going to be your eggs and your vanilla. Now you're going to need 2 teaspoons of vanilla and 4 eggs beaten. So go ahead and take your beaten eggs and add them. Incredible. And let's get your vanilla in there too. That's 1. Oh, and what do you know? That's the rest of the container, and that's 2. You're all set. Now, you can mix that together. Make sure you're getting everything off the sides of the bowl. Alright folks, step 5 is going to be combine and add your remaining dry ingredients. Now, you're going to do this incrementally. What that means is you're not going to dump them in all at once. You're going to add them little by little and stir it up. Now, let's start by adding our baking powder to our flour. What we need is 4 teaspoons. That equals 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon. So let's get that going. One tablespoon. And then just add a teaspoon. Now you're going to slowly add this to your butter mixture here and mix it together. Just a little bit. Start mixing. A little bit more. Keep mixing. This should start to thicken up and become much harder to stir. A little more. Starting to thicken up quite a lot. Oh yeah, it's getting difficult. Now you're just going to add your last little bit of flour and baking powder. Never mind that we lost some on the counter. Those are acceptable casualties. Whew! It's a workout. Alright folks, your dough should start coming together like this. Still have some flour I've got to mix in. But that's the gist of how it should look. Alright, so this is what your final product should look like. Like a blizzard. Alright folks, keep on moving along in this recipe. We're on to step number 6, which is going to be knot your dough and throw it on the tray. Not your dough, my dough. So go ahead, add a little bit of flour to your hands. I know this seems strange, but you don't want the dough sticking to your midst, so feel free to add some flour. Good for baking, bad for crime scenes. So, grab a nice little chunk of your dough here. Start rolling it. You want to roll it into a tube. I grabbed a little much. That's fine. Just break off a piece and roll it into a knot. The money goes around the tree and ta-da! Not the prettiest, but we've got plenty of dough to work with. So let's try again. Make a tube. Wrap it around through the middle. That's looking delicious. Another one on the tray. And you keep going until all your dough is gone. Alright folks, now that your cookies are knotted, it's time for step 7, which is going to be bake your cookies. You're going to put these cookies in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 to 12 minutes. Alright, let's do it. Alright folks, the oven's hot, let's throw these cookies in there. Set a timer for 10 minutes and then we'll check them. Alright folks, come in close because we're going to do a little sneaky deaky move right here. While the cookies are baking, we're going to whip up a little lemon glaze for the top of them, alright? This is step 8. Alright folks, so what you're going to do is take 1 1/4 cup of confectionery sugar, it's also known as powdered sugar, also known as icing sugar. You take this sugar, 1 1/4 cup, add it to a bowl. Lost a little bit, but that's fine. Now you're going to add 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Beautiful. Next, you're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. It's not open. Then you're just going to grab a spoon and mix it all up. And now you've got a lemon glaze. Cookies are done. So, let's check them and take them out if they're done. Let's have a look-see here. Those look delicious. I'd say these are done. Alright folks, your cookies are out of the oven and we've given them time to cool. It's time to move on to the final step, which is going to be icing your cookies and plating them. Now for icing, the way I see it, you've got two options. Option one, if you have a wire rack of any sort, you can put your cookies on that over a bowl and then drizzle icing over the top of them. Like this. This is a good way to do it. I've seen many people do this. And the other option is that you can take the cookie and hold it by the sides and dunk it top down into the icing. And then you pull it up and let it drip. And you flip it over and it's iced. Delicious! Now you can grab some Christmas sprinkles and just apply them to the top. Alright folks, I want to thank you for tuning into this very special Christmas episode of Cooking Corner with Giuseppe CrimiVaroli. If you like the video, feel free to like it. If you like the channel, feel free to subscribe to it. If there's something you want to see on the show, comment on the video or get in touch with me. Have a Merry Christmas and bye-bye now. So I'll hold on and say, this is what it should look like. And it's very firm in here, so I could even probably hold the ball upside down like a blizzard.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, action.
Alright, so this is what your final product should look like. Like a blizzard.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored by Dairy Queen.